Hi, it's Debbie Donovan from Londonderry, New Hampshire, with Being Happy Stamping with Debbie. Today we're going back to the 70s. It's June. I'm happy that it's June. I'm wearing my happy little earrings. My necklace reminds me of a charm bracelet, so I'm wearing that. Because the card we're going to make today is from the Plentiful Plants, and it has a macrame planter. And I made plenty of macrame planters in the 70s. Another macrame table, macrame belts, I made a lot of macrame projects in the 70s. So it was very exciting that we came out with this. I love this plant set. It has dies that come with it, and I will be cutting dies today. I will be stamping, doing actual stamping, but here's the stamp set. And then the die set I have inside. I don't have all the dies on it because I have some of them in my little bowl waiting to be cut. Actually, I'm going to take this one off too because I didn't realize there was two of them and I could cut two at a time. And I think I might like this one better. Changing the card as I'm showing you things. Here's some of the dies. There's the macrame one, which I love very much. And then the rest of my dies are all here in my little magnetic bowl that I got from Harbor Freight. It's great because it holds all my, it's magnetic and it holds the little pieces so that they don't fall out and I don't lose them because some of the pieces are very small. I am using my little mini stamp emboss machine to cut them. So I'm going to turn you down and we'll get started. So once I turn you down, I won't be able to see who's on. So you'll have to just give me a shout out and let me know that you're watching. So here we go. Let me get this. I had a little trouble, so I'm starting late today. I couldn't get my camera to go the right way. Let's see if that's focused for you. Looks like it's in a good spot. And I have all my little pieces already cut out. Here's the little macrame piece. Let's see if you can see that. Bring it over to the camera. I think it's so adorable. I did cut that piece ahead of time. And then I realized I wanted to do the rest on camera. So I'm going to just put the envelope over there. And believe it or not, I did not score this. Usually I score my cards. Not a problem. I just have to. This is the Evening Evergreen. Which I absolutely love the new color palette. So I also need, I was using glue, that's right. So the Evening Evergreen. This is one of the DSPs. If you see a slight embossing, I did emboss it, but I didn't like how it came out. So I took the embossing out. I just ran my bone folder over it and tried to smooth it out so it's not as bumpy as it was, because I changed my mind on the card that I wanted to make. Because we have this amazing lattice work. And this card is, I'm casing a little bit from the catalog, but I love this piece too. And because we don't have the sticky back, I'm using these little sheets that I bought called Sticky Specs. I bought them on Amazon, and they're little dots that you just stick your piece on, and they're very sticky now, instead of gluing all those pieces. I don't know if you can see the dots, and there might be a shine so that you can see the dots. I got some on my fingernails. Just trying to line that up. There's a glare when I look underneath. I'm always poking my head underneath the camera trying to see if I'm in camera. Okay, now I'm going to set the card aside because we have some stamping and some cutting to do. See if I can rub the dots off my fingernails. Now the stamping, I want to do thank you in the black. Thank you comes from the set. I'm just using the Memento Black. We'll set that aside because I'll cut that. Get my little rag. I know it squeaks. I like to keep my dies, my stamps clean, so I clean them as I go. And then on the white, we're going to use I have my stamps all stuck to each other, to the acrylic blocks. This one's going to go on the green. And the white, I have a pot. And I have these, I'm going to use garden green on this flowering plant, which you'll see in one of my sample cards later that I actually use the Highland Heather, and looks very pretty in a color too. It's just like a little berry plant. Just press that down. Again, I'm cleaning it off. I don't need that stamp or the garden green anymore. I don't need the black anymore either. I have a basket I keep on the side when I do lives so that I can fill it up. I need the evening evergreen. I I didn't need the Just Jade at all for the stamping. I originally had, on the original card, made that in Just Jade, but I thought the card had too many similar colors. So I took out the garden green. So this one for the terracotta pot, I'm using cinnamon cider. So it's a very sunny day here in New Hampshire, finally. Memorial weekend rained all 4 days, torrential rains, very cold. I had to put my electric heaters on. I didn't turn the heat back on, but we did put the heaters on, and we didn't get our pool up. We have an above ground pool. We didn't get it up in time. I was like, oh, I wish we had got it up on Thursday. We would have been able to let nature fill half of it, because they watered my plants all weekend. My plants are very happy with the sun right now. They're growing very well. This is my first year having a big container garden. We have a big deck, and I'm doing a container garden. I have 3 large containers, and then several different size containers growing from tomatoes and cucumbers to flowers and herbs, strawberries, some squash. It's all growing. We have peas. I'm very happy. They're climbing their trellis. So the evening evergreen I'm going to use on the soft succulent piece of scrap. Yep, that fits. You'll see that I press harder than the normal person has to, because I have arthritis in my hands and they don't always want to work for me. So it doesn't bother me. It just, sometimes I have to do a little bit of extra work. As long as I can stamp, I'm happy. So I'm going to, these scraps are all here, are all for my cutting. So we're going to bring in the stamp and emboss machine. Let's see, hopefully you'll be able to see. Right now, you have a little sight of it. I don't know how it's going to work for you. See it? I'm putting the thank you, and I'm using, this is from oh, I know what it's from, and it's from another stamp set, and it's lost, so it went out of my brain. I'll tell you in a second, because I have the stamp set. I think it's welcoming, it's not welcoming window, it's Tasteful Touches from that stamp set, from that bundle. It slides around because I have the piece of paper underneath me. So while I'm cutting, I'm going to just remove the piece of paper. So you can see how easy the stamp and emboss machine really does work. Hopefully my photo mat here won't it'll be nice on that. I'm going to put that back in and then take out the little terracotta pot die. Line that up. And then the die for the garden green. And then place the sandwich together. It's called the sandwich when you're layering the embossing your die plates. And the snapping is just the plastic of the embossing machine, of the plates. It's not harmful for them. They all do it. It's just the dies. They cut into it, and eventually you will need to replace your plates. Let's see, it made a nice little pot. And then a nice little plant. Now, I have these three used. I want to cut out two gray pots, or little bowls, actually. Two little gray bowls. I'm going to put those on there. And then I also want to have an evening evergreen little grass type plant. And I'll sandwich that in between. And my little dies. Drop those back in. I want to show you how, I have the, some of the ink on me from the, so you can see the detail. It has the, it also embosses at the same time on that. I hope you can see that. And then the little clay pots have some little holes in them that the little holes didn't all come out. Well, they would come out, but the paper didn't come out of them. So I'm just using my little piercing tool to get the paper all out. And so we have one more cut. Hopefully I can do it in one cut. Get the little paper that did stick to my thing. You can see how much I've used this plate. They last a long time. I love this little tool. Okay. I am going to cut that. I'm going to try to cut my grass at the same time, and I don't think I left as much room, so I'm going to wait. I will have to run it through one more time for the grass, and I may need to use another piece of soft succulent. Or I can even use garden green, it doesn't matter. I have to get up and get a scrap. There's that little pot. And so this was the stamp, the leaves that I stamped, and you can see that how that came out nicely with the die cut. And what I do need, I need to get my little tool to take my little clay pot off. It only has one piece of paper left on it. Let me clean off the plate. Because where it's getting so many grooves in it that I want to see if I can get this little piece of grass lined up on here. Yeah, that should work. And again, this one you might even be able to see better than the evening evergreen. You can see the embossing, the lines on the leaves. So we're ready to put the card together. The rest of the card together. I already started. So I'm going to just put the plates in my stamp and emboss, because I use it all the time, so I don't put it away. It does fold up so that you can take it with you. Make this paper back in so I don't get my surface messy. And what I have my the pollen is terrible here. Just take a sip of my water. Sorry about that. Okay, I need to just get a little bit of glue on the bottom here. Because the macrame piece is the first piece that I put on. A little bit of glue on the hangers. My plant. Just a little glue down on the bottom. I hope that I'm still in focus. I mean, in camera. In your view. I'm building it upside down. You can see glue got on the mat, and that's not a problem. Glue got on my finger, and I'm just rolling it off. So now I'm just gonna finish and add some glue around the plant at the bottom of the planter. And that one goes up here on the edge. Just gonna roll the glue off the mat with my finger. All I did is roll it. And you roll the glue off your fingers and voila, it's gone. I want to add some dimensionals for my thank you. But I want to place the plants, just place them, not glue them down. So I have an idea of where they're going. That'll go in that. This one's little clay pot here. It's kind of like being at an office, how it would look. This is a screen. I would love to have this. Unfortunately, both my daughter and I are allergic to live plants indoors. So we have to keep our garden outdoors. And I think I'm going to switch, put the lighter one up top. Because I want the bottom down here to have the dark one. And I'm just taking some dimensionals. They're the little foam squares or hexagons, whatever they are. It's been a long time since I've been in math, so I don't know. They look like little stop signs. So the thank you could go right here. And now I know where I can put my plants. which everything is just flowering and growing, so beautiful here. I imagine where everybody else lives, it's beautiful too. It's that time of year that everything comes to life again, which is so nice after the long winter. I don't remember if that's how high he was. I guess so. I do like this card done with the garden green compared to the original one that I did. Just gives it more color. And I love this lattice in the back. So, Caleb, if you're watching me, hi. I hear you want to come swimming in my pool. Well, right now it doesn't have any water, but in a couple weeks it'll be all filled up. We'll be working on it. This weekend's supposed to be our first heat wave, possibly. I'll be wanting to be swimming in it, hoping that it fills up and it's ready. I don't think it'll be ready by the weekend, but we'll work on it. So, take my fingers off, and I'm going to turn you back up. If I can there you go. Hi, Denise. Hi, Sarah and Caleb. So here's the card. I think it came out pretty nice. I really love this set. There's another one that I made. This is the one I said that I used doing the purple. Caleb, I can send you the card if you want the card. This one has a bird. Do you want this card? These plants here I cut from the DSP, which is the Designer Series paper. And this is the Designer Series paper too. All this greenery that's hanging down. And this pot as well is from the Designer Series paper. I just hand cut it. And I added the window from, I have that stamp set out too, so I could tell you, welcoming window. This, I actually got, the card idea was from a friend of mine, Ruth. So Caleb wants the one with the bird. Okay, I will send that one to you, Caleb. Caleb's my little friend. And here's another one that I took part of the idea from the catalog, because I just loved how they did the line here, the cutting, but Again, these plants are all plants cut from the designer series paper. And this one right here, this paper is the other side of the paper we use today, which is like a gray tone. It has beautiful paper in this stamp set, or this paper set. So those are the cards that I had to show you today, and I'm glad you joined me. And hope that you have a really happy day and liked my back to the 70s fun earrings and necklace and with my macrame cards. So I'd like to see you again next week, and I'll be hopefully not having any issues, so I'll be on time this time. So I'll see you next week, and have a nice day. Oh, before I forget, we have bingo. You have today's the 2nd, so 4 more days to enter bingo. I will put the link on my page again today, and we have some great prizes from the new catalog, and we're going to make 3 cards, and we're going to play 4 bingo games. There's a grand prize of the Pansy Patch Suite, except for the dies, because not everybody has a die cutting machine. And my cat just jumped down, sorry. It distracted me. And it's $25. It's June 12th from 1 to 4, and we're gonna have a great time. So we'd love for you to join us. You do need to pay by the 6th. All you have to do is click on the bingo link, and it'll take you to the link to pay. And we'll send your packet. You'll get a packet that includes a sample of the in colors and cardstock and the DSP from the Pansy set, plus one of the new color ribbons and some surprises. And your bingo cards and all the supplies you need to make, except for a sentiment and adhesive. Other than that, you need to supply your own adhesive and your own sentiment for your cards, but you'll get the supplies to make the 3 cards that we're going to make with you on June 12th. So I hope you join us then. So thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.